Alright guys, it's Noodles1994 here, and I made a lightsworn deck. I bought 3 structure decks from Walmart and made a deck, and I used some of the cards I previously had, such as Night Assailant, and the Chaos stuff, and the Tour Guide, and of course like the entire extra deck. But I'm having fun with it. This is my first lightsworn deck, and I found some pretty cool combos with it. But the reason why I use Night Assailant is he's a tour guide target, and pretty decently, by if you draw into him, he's essentially a Raikou. So that's why I use him. And I only have 2 tour guides. So I made the deck on here so I can try it out, because I don't have a locals anymore. I normally activate him hoping to get a Tamila Wolf, and I'll either overlay for a rank 4 or I'll synchro for a level 8. I like Raiden a lot. I can pull off some pretty cool plays with him. And he mills essentially 4 cards. My opponent is of course playing Gishkis, and he opened up pretty good with he actually gets out Gust of Kraken twice, and he uses Mind to Gust on my cards, so I can't get out Judgment Dragon later on. But he opened up pretty good. Gets Gust Kraken again. And to my knowledge, he saw Night Assailant twice, if I remember right. I wasn't really paying that much attention when it just played through. So, and he knows I'm playing lightsworn, so I wind up setting him later on. But here's the 2 tour guides for Zen mains, which is my only rank 3, which I need to put in some Leviathan dragons so I can have more attack power for an OTK. He decides not to attack. Of course, he's playing Heretics, so he can get out Gust of Kraken even easier. And now I set the Night Assailant. And since he doesn't really want to attack into his inmains, he'll attack into the Night Assailant. I'll pop Gust of Kraken. He'll get Gust of Kraken back. I used to play Gishkis. I played straight Gishkis though. I only played Gishkis in the deck. And now I draw into her. And I figure at this point I might as well just go as in as I can. I didn't know his face down was an MST. I only set 2 cards in this deck, and that is Breakthrough Skill, because I send it to the graveyard so I can still activate it on my turn when need be. So I'll at least be able to get 1 use out of it. I milled Wolf, which is really cool. He goes for Castell, bounces it, which is pretty good, but it can't beat over Wolf, so I have Wolf, and this is where I get rid of the Wolf in hand. I love that Lumina is at 3, because Lumina is pretty sweet. I milled 2 for his attack boost. And now main phase 2, overlay for Laval Chain. I like Laval Chain in here because if I don't have another lightsworn on the field, I can go for Laval Chain and put Judgment Dragon on top, which is really fun, because then I just top deck a Judgment Dragon next turn. Which, while I was playing this, I thought of that, and then I was like, no. I can't, because I have Lumina. So what I do is I send the Maiden, so I can send another card to the grave, which happened to be Solar Charge. which is fine. But he summons out the Bountiful Princess to get out Gishki Abyss, and then he gets Shattered Hand. Now he can get out other stuff again. He gets out Gust Kraken, and now he sends back my Gores, of course, and then he gets out the level 6 tuner, and gets out Crimson Blader, which messes up my stuff. And of course, I top deck into a Raikou, I believe. Yes, Raikou. So all I can do is set Raikou, hope for the best. Now, since I can draw any Chaos monster at any point, I figured I would destroy Crimson Blader just so I can special summon a level 5 or higher monster. So I'll pop Crimson Blader. As you can see, I did mill the BLS, which is crappy. Always is whenever you're milling your Chaos stuff. But I draw into a Chaos Sorcerer, which is still pretty cool. So what happens is I just banish Gust Kraken, so he can't do Gust Kraken shenanigans anymore. And this is where the guy quits, because all he has is a face down MST, an MST in hand, Heraldic Dragon of Sue in hand, which can't really do anything. Mindigus and Gores. So at this point, all he can do is end, and then I just attack directly with Chaos Sorcerer. Second game I have for you guys today. It is still my lightsworn deck versus some heroes, which I was really happy for because it's been quite a while since I've seen some heroes. And he plays Diamond Dude, and he gets off Miracle Fusion, which I find pretty fun. So all I really do is set Zephyros. I played Zephyros and set Breakthrough Skill. I like Zephyros in here because for one, he's a dark. For two, Lumina shenanigans with him, because if he's in the graveyard, I can turn one face-up monster I control. I take 400 damage, but I bounce it. So what happens is I summon Lumina, activate Lumina's effect, discard a card, special summon a lightsworn, preferably a level 4, bounce back Lumina, special him, and if it was a Raiden, I'll just synchro. I'll overlay. Maybe I might synchro for a level 8, or I'll overlay. If it's Maiden, I'll go for a level 7 synchro. It all depends on the situation, but I can either make a rank 4, make a level 8 synchro, or a level 7 synchro. And a lot of people don't see it coming. He deprisons it, so I won't be able to activate his shenanigans. But he's really nice. And of course, Miracle Fusion goes off because of Diamond Dude, and he gets out Esquardo. And all I really do, set Raikou, pass. I still have the breakthrough skill in case of anything that any effect I need to stop happens. I figured he would have went for the Solemn Warning, but he went for Bubble Man. I mill 3. Sadly, I milled my Judgment Dragon. My Gyarados I'm okay with milling. I only run one Gyarados, so I'm okay with milling him. And here's where I get the Lumina. I activate Lumina effect, ditching Wolf to summon a Lila. He torrentials, which is okay. I was going to switch Lila to defense, pop the torrential tribute, and then hit for 1,000 because of honest. Since I had honest in hand, I was like, okay, I can go in, no fear. What he does is he just summons out Bubble Man. And so I go for tour guide, and I always tour guide for tour guide unless I have to go for night assailant. At this point, I'm just like, I'll just attack over him. He banishes, and I'm like, all right, whatever. You know, I get Dark's Engrave for Chaos Sorcerer, so I get extra fodder. He sets his compulse, which I hated because I had to waste double resources. And you'll see exactly what I mean by that here in a bit. I decided to add Lila to pop his back row. I break through skill on Ab-Zero, so I can get it in the grave, I guess. Because I'm pretty sure Ab-Zero still goes off when when he's destroyed. So I used it, but I banished it, so it was worth it. He activates E-Call, going for the alias. And as you can see, I am not in the best of positions at the moment. My opponent is still at 8,000 and I am now at 300. And this is whenever I make my big plays. I start pulling it around. I activate Master Incarnation, ditching Necroguardness so I can go for the Judgment Dragon. Judgment Dragon beats over Neos Alias, and then Lila, since I can't activate Judgment Dragon anymore because I don't have the life points. I still have Honest in hand, so if he does try to get anything, I can keep my stuff on the field. And I have to mill a lot, so the mill 7. And he draws into nothing. So for some reason he sets the Dark Hole. I don't know why I didn't just activate it. But I'll pop it with Lila. I'll overlay for Degusto Emerald. Since I'm doing all the milling, I figure I'll just get out Degusto Emerald. Return 3, draw 1. So I'm putting 2 back in the deck, which can stall off for a bit. And I'm just going in. And if he doesn't really draw anything, because now it's 300 to 400, I have game, pretty much, on board. So I believe he quits, or I actually get him down. But he draws into warning, so anything he does, I have game. He decides to set both of them, which scares me off a bit. So I was like, oh, it's like a Mirror Force or something, but I might as well swing. And that's the 2 games that I have with them so far. I'm pretty sure I will record more in the future. Until next time, guys. Peace. For this video, I had this duel because it was supposed to only be the first 2 duels, but I'm going to throw this one in there on the end because I'm staying with the theme of lightsworns, of course, and I am fighting a blackwing player. And like he gets to go first, so let's see what he does. He doesn't really do a whole lot turn 1. He just sets a Fiendish, sets Icarus Attack, and Solemn Warning. Now on my turn, I don't really do much either. I just go for Lila, activate Lila, pops Solemn Warning, and I end mill 3. I milled a wolf and a judgment dragon. So wolf gets specialed, and if he tries to mount an attack, I have an honest. And here he uses he specials out Sirocco and normal's Gale. He uses Gale to half the attack of Wolf, and then he synchros for Scrap Dragon. And I activate Honest on Wolf, so that gets rid of Scrap Dragon, which is pretty good. And then I just draw into Chaos Sorcerer. I normal summon my Blackwing, my Zephyros, and then what I do is I'm just gonna attack, see what's try to get a face down to activate, and then main phase 2 I go into Laval Chain. And my idea here with Laval Chain was to detach my Zephyros so I can get out a BLS or Chaos Sorcerer, because I didn't have any darks in grave, and I was going to send Wolf so that Wolf would be special summoned. So I'd have a 2100 beat stick. Now, if I wasn't playing safe, I could have done that instead. But he does have a fiendish, so he does activate that on Laval Chain, so I don't get activated. But I was fearing like a Mirror Force or something, or like a Torrential, something to where if I get a whole bunch of monsters, they would all die. And now I have a Zephyros and I have Gores, so I now have dark targets in grave. And he summons out Kalute, Icarus attacks, and then ends. I don't know why he didn't set the MST. Maybe because he knows I don't run back row. And here's where I just get out everything. Alright. I banish, get out BLS. Banish, get out a Chaos Sorcerer. Banish, get out a Chaos Sorcerer. So, it's game, of course. I'm actually kind of happy he didn't leave, because a lot of people, if they just saw these two, they would have just been like, oh, GG, and dropped. But this guy didn't. But 3,023 and 23. All because of an Icarus attack, pretty much. Because now I have no darks in my grave. And the mills with Lila got me my 3 chaos monsters. And it is GG. Till next time, guys.